we are here. Jojo Waringa, as usual, and you're welcome to my channel. It's always a pleasure to have you here. It's always amazing to see to read the comments, and I will always reply to them. So today we are talking about yes, yes. So let's get into it. So going to cover that evolving journey of transitioning from 20s to 30s. That moment, that self-discovery moment that I realized, I am aging. For me, transitioning from 29 to that my 30s, I was a very faulting period for me. I know this the time things started kicking, like, oh gosh, you're aging. Oh gosh, you have started developing small wrinkles. I mean, it's not true, but I'm just saying, like, um, this was the moment I realized that my life had been very clouded with a lot of noise and um, of you should be this and that. By the time you're 30, you should have achieved this and that by the time you're hitting 30. I think the time I realized, it's also the time I discovered that most of us are living a lie, and being reminded that you're going to transition to 30 years old. Then the next year was came in as a wake up call for me. I realized that this was my faulting period. I started hearing the noises from my head of the expectations that the society has for us. By the time you're hitting 30, you should be this and this. By the time you're getting to 30, you should be at par with your peers. That's the moment I realized, oh, we have been crowded by so much noise that we forget the very essential aspect of life, is which is who is Joyce today? Like, who is Waringa today? Who is Ruth today? Who is Anne today? Who is Agren today? Who is the noises kept on hanging in my head, telling me you should be this and this. And it's also the time of you look at things and then you realize most of the things you've known in life are a lie. Like the moment I realized social media, it was the age that I realized very well that social media is a scam. Facebook and IG, the things that people post on Facebook, TikTok, IG. That was the time it hit me, like, oh, the world is not roses, because the world is not roses. Here I am, 3 children, trying to build my first home. I mean, my second home. Okay. Personally, my first home, not my husband's house, because he had already had an experience of building. But now here I am trying to build my first home, and trying to make things work for my 3 daughters and I. So I realized, like, I can create a holiday, that saying that I'm in Morocco just through IG, and post it, and people will actually believe I'm actually in Morocco. So it's the whole time that I discovered people live a lie and social media is a scam. So this is also the time I got to remember the things I used to learn before. People telling me that you know when we are growing older and somebody is telling you should have mentors in all fields that you're interested in. You should have people who are experts in fields that you're interested in. And this is the moment I realized I needed those mentors in my life. And this is the moment I realized I needed to spend more time with my mentors. And I think this is one of the things that has made me transition smoothly from being a person who, how do I say it, who relies so much on people and who gets comfortable easily, to a person who is an agituma, who's getting out there and trying to make things work for themselves. So I got in call with my mentors. I had to interact with them on regular basis. I had to tell them how I feel through the shift. I'm also a black girl, so I'm a black, and I'm an African, so I know. There's also the thing about black tax. Just I think I'll talk about black tax on a panel in future. But looking at it now, like I'm 29, I'm the first one who went to the university in my home. I have three. I have the brother after me in school. I'm paying fees. I'm paying fees for my 3 daughters. I'm paying fees for my niece. I'm paying fees for my other brother and the other one occasionally. My mother takes care of the other three, so occasionally I would chip in on school fees. So, and that is the only thing that I do most of the time. I mean, in terms of contribution, because I'm already overwhelmed. My salary cannot take care of everything, and yet here I am trying, a girl like me who is 29, trying to build a home. So I'm psyching myself and saying I'll have so my mentor asked me, and I tell her I want to have a 5 bedroom house, and I want this to be my project, and I don't want to do any other project. I mean, owning a car is not such important luxury for me, and now as per the moment, but owning a home is very essential for me. So my mentor takes me through. I She directs me to other guys who are very experts in the field, or who have struggled, had the same struggle building. I approach friends of my friend, my and friends of my husband. I also friend my very best friends, and I tell them that my very best friend, the one who is capable, I tell him that I want to do this project, and you are my fallback plan, and you are going to be my insurance. So I tell him, like, keep this amount of money just in case I need this money, because I don't know how this new project is going to be, and I don't know how organized or disorganized they'll be when transacting. So I tell him, just put this money aside, and just in case of anything, just know, when it gets very thick or I'm lost in the process of trying to do this, I will contact you. And first of all, I'm so afraid of telling him, but he turns out to be such a mentor and has always been there for me. And I mean, to date, when I have made a lot of progress in that. So the other thing that I discovered was, on finances. I realized, when you aging comes, I mean, adulting comes with a very expensive tag on it. um in terms of everything, you're paying rent, you're paying school fees, you paying for your gym, you're paying for, I mean, everything is just totally money. People depend on you. People have a funeral, they depend on you. People have a wedding, they depend on you. People have, I don't know, a baby shower. People have, I don't know, all sorts of, a birthday, they expect you to be there. So adulting is extremely expensive. So finances was another wake up call for me, that, oh God, that tag that people say to me, a pesa kuzoe, that is a scam. Nothing like that, of that sort. The thing is, adulting is expensive, and you can't just use money for nothing. You have to see where your money is going and what you're working for, or what you're working towards. That's the only way you can keep yourself in check and get to indulge with what is extremely necessary. Not everything is necessary, not everything is worth your attention. That includes your friends, that includes the engagements. It's not, you don't have to be, I mean, a friend should understand that you cannot always be there in every single uh, function they have. So my reconstruction journey, when I realized I have hit 30, then I had to remember that the things that I have overlooked over time, and I needed to recap. So I asked myself, what do you want to be? I mean, what do you want to be today? What do you want as a person to be today? And I realized, Jojo wants to be a person who is content, a person who has done ABC, and a person who is happy. So I started seeking my own personal happiness. What I also The next thing I realized when I hit that is that I have to work on my brain and change my mentality to, I mean, my mentality in terms of finances, my mentality in terms of relations, my mentality in terms of challenges in life, and my mentality in terms of being just a widow. I also realized my mentality has to change, because no man is an island. I realized you really have to have that one friend, either a friend or a lover or a husband, or in any relation, but you have to have one person that, um if anything ever goes wrong and on everything else fails, there's that one person who's got you regardless of anything. There's that one person whom you know, even if I really need to spend this 300,000 on my master's program, and I know if I pay for this exam tomorrow I won't have food. You really have to have that person. You say, if it goes to the worst, at least that person is there for me. I mean, that is something that is very priceless. That is something that most of us don't actually realize how important it is. That is one thing that people don't realize, how magical, how do I say, I mean, the whole situation of having such a person is really underrated, and I think people should appreciate each other more. And if you have such a person, don't just sit there. Pick up your phone right now and call them and tell them you appreciate them. They have been there for you, and they're your pillar, and they're your support system, and you love them so much. Do that. Do that right now as I speak. The other thing I realized is it was time for me to be the man I want to date. It was the time I realized that I need to wake up and put my life in order. And I mean, by my life, I mean my finances and my happiness, that my children happiness. And I knew this is not going to be got from any man. This is not coming from any other lover I ever have. So I needed to be the man that I wanted to date in future. So I have been working on that. As we share more, as in my transition journey will still flow. I mean, in the next episodes. So I also realized, you look it was the time that my body has started changing, and I realized I need to look after my body. I need to sleep well enough. I need to exercise more. I need to watch what I feed. And I know I eat a lot. That one is given. I know you all know that I eat a lot. But it was the time for me to realize that it's not just about eating. What do you eat? What do you feed yourself? Huh? Feeding yourself mentally as well. I mean, in terms of food and mentally as well. What am I feeding my body at that? What am I feeding my brain with? What am I feeding my emotions, my emotional and my physical surrounding with? I also realized that life is a game. Anything can change at any moment. Today you have a spouse, tomorrow you don't have a spouse. Today you have a best friend, tomorrow you don't have. Today you have a nice paying job, tomorrow you don't have a nice paying job. Life is a roller coaster. You'll always get into changes. Anything can change at any moment. Today you have a lover, tomorrow you don't have one. Today they adore you, tomorrow they don't see your value, you know. Today they look at you like everything they have in this life, and tomorrow you don't even exist, like you're very dead, but you're alive, you know. You know what I mean? So life is a game. So stay humble, stay cautious, stay humble, stay kind, you know. Stay kind, stay genuine and true to yourself. That's all. The other thing I realized is that don't run when tough times come. Always weigh between me staying in this situation, between me staying and fighting, and between me getting lost in the thin air. Uh, which one works better? Which one has the better outcome? Then, if you go for running, if you choose to stay and only run when you know you're comfortable. When you've solved the issues, the tough time is has passed, then ask yourself, do I still want to live? Do I still want to be in this? I mean, do I feel like I need to leave this place? And then always think, listen to your inner instincts. Your gut feeling never lies. I mean, that is the one thing that I've concluded. When I transitioned to 2930, that was another wake up call that your gut feeling never lies to you. The moment you feel something is wrong, something is usually utterly wrong. I happen to be among the people who dream things and they happen. Like I can say, I have lived this day before, but in my dreams. So, and when things start happening to me like that, I know something is very wrong or something is going to get very wrong. So, always listen to your gut feeling. Then always learn to weigh between things. Don't run when it is tough. Ask yourself, write down and ask yourself, what are the merits and the demerits of staying around, of sticking around and fighting for this? What is the long term consequences of this? As we come to the end, I want to say, life is a journey. Turning 30 is always just a year added on you. Being 20 at your 20s is the time to explore, and when it hits 30, it's time to adapt. So in your adulting life that happens every single birthday that you celebrate, ask yourself who is who is Joyce, who is Jojo, who is Anne, who is Agrin, who is Charity. Ask yourself who is Margaret, who is you, and what do I want, what will make me happy this year, or what changes do I want to have this year. Then go for it and don't look back. Don't feel guilty for constructing yourself. I mean, why are you in this world if you're feeling guilty constructing your own life? Then I'll say life is a punching bag. It's going to sulk. You're going to get knocked off. You're going to fall, knocked again, and fall back. But every time you fall, just make sure you don't stay too long down there. Don't stay too long down there. Pick yourself, learn to pick yourself faster, and stand up again. And I'm going to say, uh, I want to know what your transition journey has been every year. I mean, in your 20s to 30s. I want to know what challenges you're facing and how life is treating you. I want to know what are the tips you can give to a young man who is in his 20s and already almost transitioning to his 30s. Share in the comment that I know that you listened, that I know that you are here. Share, let us hear what your journey has been like. Until next time, thank you, Jojo Warika. Always stay tuned, subscribe, love us, give us a thumbs up.
I don't wanna care. It's